Must have been tripping to have left me off a leash. Ride with that booty on me.
大才小才会煮大。
What are you doing? Why do you have that on your face? You look like an astronaut. What? Wait, that's actually genius. It's for the fumes.
大才小才会煮大。
It has been brought to my attention that the girlies do not know how to tie a tie, and I did not go through 2 years of a government job to take this information to the grave. With two pieces, you have your thin and your thick. You want the thick to be longer than the thin, about here I'd say. Then you're gonna take your thick piece and cross it 1 time and 2 times over. Now the second time, you're gonna go through the top, and this little hole that we've created, you're gonna bring it right back in to here. Et voila. Now, to tighten it, you take your little thin piece and your knot. Et voila. If you're wearing a collared shirt, just tuck it under the collar. You are now so cutesy. The girlies need to start wearing ties.
大才小才会煮大。
I'm getting a breast reduction and today's my consultation, so come along with me. So you have 2 options when it comes to a breast reduction. Either you go private or you go public. The only caveat with going public is that yes, the government will pay for it because it's a medical issue, but you get put on a ridiculously long waiting list and you also do not get to choose your surgeon. After weighing my pros and my cons, I personally decided to pay for it out of pocket. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. This was actually the 2nd surgeon I've seen for a consultation and I loved how in-depth she went. So without trying to flash you guys, here's a little snippet.
See that I've drawn a pattern on you? It's like an open donut. And imagine that I take that pattern and I'm going to wrap it back together. So the scars at the end of all of this, there's one around the outside of the areola, a vertical line from 6 o'clock down to the crease, and then a scar tucked into the crease. It's important to understand that those scars are permanent. They're going to be there forever, and they're going to go through a phase of maturing after surgery. They're going to go through a phase where they look a bit red and ropey. And eventually your body's going to mature those scars and they're going to evolve into a thin white line. But they will never go away.
Okay, now this part felt like I was getting a boob mugshot, I'm not gonna lie, but if you're interested in following along this journey, please do. I'm gonna be vlogging the whole thing. I guess I'm getting my boobs cut off.
大才小才会煮大。
What else did your birthday present? Hey man, Ab, you deserve it.
Oh, thank you.
You deserve it, man. You work hard to get here.
TikTok shop money.
Hey, TikTok shop.
大才小才会煮大。 大才小才会煮大。
Here's how I was able to write off my car as a business expense, but get away with not having to get commercial business insurance because you know, but commercial insurance is like quadruple the amount of normal insurance. So basically what I did is before I even bought this car, I called my insurance and I had them run a quote to see how much it would be to actually get commercial insurance. I think it was like $5,000 more a year or something outlandish. So instead of registering the car under my business name, I bought it and registered it under my name. I still use like my business bank account, my business money to actually pay for the car. But yeah, I bought it under my name, and then after I bought it, I called up my insurance again and had her register or just like add another car under my plan, my normal like personal insurance plan. But I had her add like an additional insured driver as my business name to this car. So that way, again, I was able to get the tax write-off, pay with my business money, but still have it personally insured so that I'm not having to pay for commercial insurance. Now, obviously, if you need commercial insurance, maybe you're like driving other people around or hauling a lot of goods, then get commercial insurance. But obviously, like my business purpose for this car is mainly just for content and then driving myself around. So I don't need to be paying an arm and a leg more for commercial insurance, and this was how I was able to get around it.
大才小才会煮大。
Buying a car as a tax write-off for your business is a really gray area, especially if you're a content creator. So here's everything that I'm personally doing in order to protect my ass in case the IRS ever comes knocking on my door about my car tax write-off. So for starters, obviously to write off a car, you're going to need a business, either an S Corp or an LLC will do just fine. And then you're going to need a car that is over 6,000 pounds that you use mainly for business. Now, obviously, if you are a content creator, this is going to look a lot different than like a normal business and that's like picking up wood to go build a shed or whatever the fuck. Like maybe you're driving your car to the UPS or to a coffee shop to work or to like a certain location to film. Like that's where the business mileage would start to count. So for me personally, I'm filming videos about the car or inside the car, or I'm driving places to edit videos about the car or edit in general. Like I'm literally able to monetize from having this car, and that's how I'm able to use it as a tax write-off. But just because you're a content creator or like make videos and you buy a new car doesn't mean that it's like automatically you get it as a tax write-off. Like it still has to be used somewhat for a business, and it still has to make sense. Obviously, the most important part of writing off literally anything is to have receipts, like keep track of everything. So I use the Mile IQ app in order to track like my business and personal mileage for my car. Super important. Definitely make sure you're doing that. But there's also 3 other things that my CPA suggested that I do that kind of like help give more supporting evidence. The first one is to have a personal car. Now, obviously, if you don't have another car, you don't want to have another car. My cat on the top of my roof. I think this can be done without having a personal car, but having a personal car is the number 1 piece of like supporting evidence that proves that this is actually a business car. Which brings me to number 2. Do not use your business car 100% for business. I think it would be a lot more believable if you were to use it 70, 80, 90% for business instead of 100, which obviously means that you can't 100% write it off, but it's again still the majority and it's probably a lot less likely to get like scrutinized. And lastly, you want to make sure that you have an established home office if you work from home, obviously, but that way if you're ever driving from your house to somewhere else to work, that's a commute and you can count those as business mileage. But yeah, that's pretty much how I go about it. Obviously, I work with my CPA too, so I give him access to all of this information and he helps me actually write this off and figure out the percentage and yada, 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 yada. But yeah, that's how I'm able to write off my car as a content creator.
大财小财会举报。